Faith without works is dead. Faith without works is religion. Look at symbols. Okay, let's look at nationalism versus patriotism because the similarities are the same. In nationalism, when you have these white trash MAGA, right? What do you see from them? American flags, bald eagles, God bless America, blaring on the radio. Freedom, 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 pew, 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 pew. Fireworks. We're the best of the best. Worship the flag, sing to the flag, pray to the flag, act like it's a deity. That's nationalism. Patriotism is loving the country. It's loving the people that those symbols represent. I don't want children to be afraid to be shot into school. I want to have gun control. I don't want people to die from lack of health care. I want universal health care. I don't want people to choose between paying the rent and eating. That's patriotism. It's loving the people. Now look at religion. It's very similar. I would say almost identical, right? Gold crosses like that Pharisee, Caroline Leavitt, putting scriptures in their bios, quoting the book of Isaiah and James and Nehemiah and Habakkuk. Symbols, things that they do. Faith is loving thy neighbor as thyself, caring for your fellow American, taking care of the homeless, taking care of the needy, loving thy enemy. See, that's the difference. That's what white Christian nationalism is. It is faith without works. See, I use this metaphor a lot. Satan believes in God. Satan reads the Bible. Satan knows the Bible. Satan weaponizes religion to push his own agenda. And yet he doesn't follow God. It's just like MAGA, Make America White Again, right? They want to force you to do anything you want. I'll give you an example. You're pro-life. Cool. What have you done for gun violence? Nothing. Not a damn thing. But you're pro-life, you're not. Do you think that Jesus would want gun reform? I'd bet my life on it. That is faith. See, people put scripture in their bios. Not everybody. There are some people that are actual people of faith. But the majority of them have to put like American flags, God first, God bless the president, Isaiah, because their walk is a piss poor reflection of what they claim to believe. When your walk isn't a reflection of who you say you are, you make up for it with symbols. Just like people that are nationalists call themselves patriots, so they have to use symbols. I don't even own a gold cross. I became a person of faith at 17 and I was baptized. I don't need a cross. I don't need to wave my Bible. I don't need to put scripture in my bio. I do this because this is what a person of faith would do. I would stand up for the people that are marginalized, for immigrants, for my black brothers and sisters, for the Native Americans that have been treated like garbage, for women that are treated like garbage. That is what actual faith is. Faith without works is dead. White Christian nationalism has nothing to do with following Jesus. It has to do with cherry picking certain parts of the Bible where you want to punish people. You're a sinner. You're a sinner. You're going to burn in hell. You never see these people talk about compassion, grace, empathy. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not boast. Well, literally, the person that you white trash MAGA Christian nationalists worship that are pro-life is celebrating the death of a veteran last weekend. Mueller. None of you spoke up. None of you spoke up when he bombed a school in Iran. None of you spoke up when officers died after January 6th. I thought you were patriots. I thought you were people of faith. You were pro-life. Because you're not. Go look at the people that I just described. And go look at people in your life and people across this country that were literally crying over the death of a racist podcaster who asked for the execution of Joe Biden because he's pro-life, who said, if I go on a plane, is the pilot black? Shit, I don't know if they're qualified. I don't know. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Oh, look at the black Justice Jackson. She must be an affirmative action hire. Oh, they're throwing the gays off the houses. Look at how people reacted when he died. They cried. They yelled at baristas at Starbucks because they didn't put his name on a cup. People literally left their churches because their pastor wouldn't mention the name of a racist podcaster. That's religion. Because they're not at church for God. They're there for their religion. They want to hear whatever they want to believe. See, Martin Luther King said that a leader is not a searcher of consensus, rather a molder of consensus. People that are religious go around and hear what they want to hear. See, going back to the racist podcaster, 40,000 people on average die a year. So over the last 5 years, this is a ballpark estimate. I can give you the exact numbers. What is that? 200,000? 200,000 Americans have died from gun violence. Many of them were children. Many mass shootings, many school shootings. And all you gave them with your religion is thoughts and prayers. There's nothing we can do. But when a racist dies and says that dead Americans is cost of the Second Amendment because he's a Christian, you lose your shit. And you cry and you moan and you groan and you want to name a day after him. And you have a Nazi-style rally in Germany and you want to name bridges after him and airports after him. But not a damn thing for the children at Uvalde or Sandy Hook. You won't even pass a law to require that people safely store their guns or go through a background check. That is religion. Faith without works. Based on that description, Satan is a Christian. That's a fact in the words of the racist podcast. That's not even debatable. The same guy that said the roaming blacks are committing crimes. That's a fact because I'm a racist. That's what they're attracted to. If you're going to leave your church because your pastor won't say the name of a man. See, because it's never about following Jesus or following God. It was about playing God. You worship the creation, not the creator. You worship racist podcasters. You worship a rapist felon president. You worship cancel culture. You're more worried about 10 transgender athletes in college sports, 10 out of the entire country, than 40,000 people that die from gun violence. That's who you people are. You're not pro-life, you're forced birth. And just to put it in perspective, the book of James says, if you commit one sin, if you break one commandment, you're guilty breaking all of them. A sin is a sin as a sin. But what white Christian nationalists do is that they decide to play God and they decide which sin are the worst, right? They've been told that abortion and being gay is a bridge too far, that a man shall not lie with another man. Great. So why did you vote for a guy that's on his third wife? Why do you celebrate Elon Musk, who has like 14 kids with 6 women? Why do you support RFK, whose wife took her own life because he cheated on her so many times she couldn't handle it? Why are you supporting Pete Hegseth, who cheated on every wife and paid a woman $50,000 for assaulting her and had a daughter out of wedlock. I thought marriage was between one man and one woman. But see, you don't want to hear that. You just want straight white men. That's what it's about. Whoever you deem morally fit. Not God, you. That's what Christian nationalism is. That's what religion is. Religion is something you do. Faith is something you live. And you people are the very definition of faith without works. And the last thing I'll say, sorry this went a little long, and I'm going to keep saying it. When you look back at the time of Moses, God hardened the heart of Pharaoh for his will. Many times, God uses morally bankrupt people like Donald Trump, the rapist, child molester, pedophile, who can't even keep his own marriage vows. God sent Trump here to expose the moral rot within his church. Make America white again. Christian nationalist. People like Tammy Faye Baker. Oh, I'm sorry. Erica Kirk, who 11 days after her racist husband was the victim of a school shooting said, "Thank God for 200,000 in Charlie merch sales." Those people. Because it's about money. It's easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than for a rich woman to get into heaven. Build your wealth in heaven where moth and rust can't get. And what do you hear from Republicans every 4 years? You know, pro-life Christians, because they're conservatives. Are you better off than you were 4 years ago? Not your neighbors. Not people around you. You. Selfishness. Me, 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 me. And not better off. Do you have more money? Worldly possessions. That's what they are. They have nothing to do with God. Nothing to do with faith. They are religious zealots. It's no different than somebody that brushes their teeth every day or works out in the gym every day or goes to work every day. To them, it is something they do. And they drive up to the church and say, F Joe Biden and Joe and the Ho bumper stickers, but praise Jesus, praise Jesus. Let's take the tampons out of the bathrooms. Even though the number one cause of death in the United States of America, the greatest country in the world, is gun violence. Have a good day.